Hello guys, I'm Rick Viswas from IT First Year, Techno International Newtown, and in this video we are going to discuss keys in a database management system. So what are keys? Keys in DBMS is an attribute or set of attributes which helps us to uniquely identify a row in a table. So to understand this, let's take a look at a table. Here we have the data of some college students. We have the university ID, roll number, name, department and year. So if you look closely, you can see that two students have the same name and they are from same department and year. So there are two Sumans. So if I ask you to call Suman, whom will you call? This is where a key comes into play. So if I ask you to call someone whose university ID is MAK004, you are sure that you have to call someone whose roll number is 50. So this is how a primary key helps us to uniquely identify record in a table. So in this table we can see that the serial number is unique for every record. So the serial number can act as a key for us in this table. Similarly, it's quite natural that the university ID of every student will be unique. So university ID can also act as a key. But we can see in this table that the roll number of two students are same. Roll number 11 is Amit from EC and roll number 11 is Raghav from CSC. So as we have duplication of records, so we cannot use roll number as our key. Similarly, name, we have two Sumans in IT, so we cannot use name. In case of department, well, in a department there are 40 to 80 students or more, maybe more. So all of them will have the same department, that is EC or IT or CSE. So we cannot use department as our key, and same thing for year. But if we consider roll number, department and year at the same time, so from EC department there can only be one student whose roll number is 11. Similarly, from CSE department also there can only be one student whose roll number is 11. So if I consider second year ECE roll number 11, then I can pinpoint to this Amit, because no other student from ECE second year will have the roll number 11. Similarly, in this case, we can pinpoint that it is Raghav if it is the roll number 11 of CSE department and fourth year. So these three individually they cannot act as a key, but if we combine these three, they can help us to uniquely identify a row in a table, so they can also act as a key for us. Now we'll look at types of keys in a database management system. So there are a lot of types of keys in DBMS and we'll look at them one by one. So first comes the super key, then is the candidate key, then the composite key, primary key, foreign key and compound key, and at last the surrogate key. So first we'll discuss the super key. What is a super key? Super key is a set of all possible keys of a table. Now let's take a look at the previous table. Here, as we already discussed, the serial number was a key, the university ID was a key. Now we can combine the serial number and the university ID to form a key. So here's that. We can combine the university ID and the roll number to form a key. We can combine the serial number and the roll number to form a key. And as we already discussed, we can combine the roll number, department and year to form a key. Now there can be a lot more combinations than this. So super key is a set of all these possible combinations. So the super key includes all the combinations that are possible in this table. Next comes the candidate key. Candidate key is the minimal subset of super keys. So let's take a look at the super key set. Now by minimal subset we mean that it should not be broken into more subsets. Like the third point here, it can be broken into serial number and university ID separately, but the first two cannot be further broken. Serial number is the only attribute and university ID is the only attribute. So these two are the minimal subsets of the super key set, so we can consider these to be the candidate keys, and the others can be broken into smaller subsets like serial number and university ID, roll number, SL number. So these are not our candidate keys, only the minimal subsets of the super key sets are our candidate keys. So the composite key. A composite key is a key that contains more than one attribute, means it should be a combination of more than one attribute. So let's look at the super keys. Now the serial number plus university ID is a combination of two keys. Similarly, the university ID plus roll number is a combination of two keys. Similarly, the roll number and serial number and the roll number, department and year. All of this contains more than one attribute, so these can be called our composite keys. Now comes the primary key. So a primary key is a key chosen from the candidate keys to uniquely identify each row of data in a table. Now if we remember, the candidate keys of this table was serial number and university ID. So we can choose any one of these as a preference for the primary key, but choosing the university ID would be better because a student would recognize his university ID better than the serial number of his record in this table. So we choose the primary key of this table to be university ID. Now if we choose university ID as a primary key, the remaining candidate keys becomes our alternate keys. So in this case, serial number is our alternate key. Next comes the foreign key. So a foreign key is an attribute of a table which links it with another table. So in a database management system, it is very important to link one or more tables, and let's see how a foreign key helps us in that. We can see we have two tables. One is table students, which we have been evaluating all this time, and the other is the table HOD, which contains the information of different HODs or different departments. So suppose Amit from EC department had to visit his HOD. So what will he do? He is from EC department, so he'll look up the department EC in the table HOD. So he finds out that he has to contact Professor Amar, whose office is on the third floor in room number 309. So what did we do? We established a link between the department attribute of table students with the department attribute of the table HOD. So in this case, the attribute department is our foreign key of table students. So now we have the compound key. If a composite key has at least one attribute that is a foreign key, it's called a compound key. So let's have a look at the composite keys we have. And if we can remember, in the previous slide, we found out that the department attribute is the foreign key in our table. So we can clearly see that the roll number plus department plus year contains the department attribute, and as it is the foreign key in our table, the roll number plus department plus year key becomes our compound key. Now we have our surrogate key. In cases where a table does not have any attribute that can be an unique identifier, we add an attribute which does not add any meaning to the data, and its sole purpose is to identify rows uniquely. This attribute is called the surrogate key. So let's look at the table. We can see that we have attribute name. Now name, any two people can have the same name, so we cannot use the name attribute as a key. Similarly, gender, we have gender as male and female, so that cannot be used as a key as well. And similarly, many people can have the same age. And as you said earlier, two people, suppose Rahul and Preeti, they're brothers and sisters, so they share the same email. In that case, we cannot use the email as our key as well. So in this case, it's very hard to establish a key for this table. So for the unique identification purpose, we add an attribute named roll number to this table, whose sole purpose is to uniquely identify records. So in this case, the surrogate key of our table will be the roll number.